Is this any better? Is this any better? I'm seeing bars. I am seeing bars. Okay. Well, we made a comment on each page that says no sound. um, great. So, man, tech issues today aside, my name is Jeremy Lasman. We're going to fix that in post. We're going to fix it in post. And thanks for hanging on if you have been watching live. So I'll just repeat, welcome. This is live with me on the Conscious Leadership Network. Today's topic is creating your reality, and the reality I've created today is some tech issues, so that's okay. So I was saying, last night I was having a pretty in-depth conversation with some friends, sort of about this topic, but and then I feel it's going to inspire some cool ideas today. There is different perspectives that I'm feeling into in terms of this concept of creating your reality and the wielding of this power. If you are to be a believer in the concept, really, in the idea of creating your reality. And I was feeling into it from the spiritual side is where I learned about this, in terms of law of attraction, manifestation, introduces this concept that you are the creator of reality. And then what I feel is in contrast to is, instead of being a victim to reality, instead of being a victim of reality, instead of being powerless to the circumstances and the conditions and some of the things that victimized pain, stuff like all of that, it turns that on its head and introduces the creator of your reality. And I see that on the spiritual side, but then I see sort of the worldly dramas and see in specifically the political game, for example, that you can create your own narrative of truth, your own flavor, and people wield that in political ways for power and for control, and to aim the direction of a certain agenda. And Trump does it. It is sort of, it's the same principles of being able to direct and influence people, things, ideas, and all of that. So it is a hot topic of exploration, and I'm feeling into whether to speak to more of the skeptical side of creating your reality, or to the believers who are already on board with creating their reality, and kind of where to start in the basics, or the foundation of like where this is coming from, and how to see it if you're maybe right in the middle of, you don't believe it because you don't feel it, but you see the potential, of it, and you are attracted to the creativity of it. That to me is where the fun is in this, because it is to me, the opposite of being a creator of reality is being a victim of it, or being indifferent from the disempowered side of the coin, in terms of, again, all the power is out there, in reality, and I'm over here, and I have no influence. And so I think I will speak to this in terms of from the empowerment of creativity, and from the leveraging of passion to reveal, to realize deeper, deeper, deeper who you really are in all of this. Because if we're going to be saying reality, we have to be on common terms about like what we're talking about. And I mean, this is a major philosophical concept, but really drawing it down into seeing that difference between individual and collective. That to me is the start. That's the foundation to be able to be on board and to wield being a creator of reality in a much more direct way. Because over here in the collective reality, collective is the shared earth that we are experiencing. It is the one earth that we all perceive, that we are agreeing with language, with politics, with relationships, dynamics, that we are sharing this one earth, this one physical reality. We are all agreed upon as this human family, that this is our reality. We are on Earth in this dimension, and it's a depending on how far into the science you go, it is just an indifferent universe. It is a mechanistic nature, and we are at the whims of this system. So that's the collective, and the more kind of scientific approach to seeing, like, okay, so there's just one reality, and so because we're kind of all sharing this, it is based off of a more survival of the fittest power structure hierarchy dynamic. So that's the collective. That's the global understanding of one Earth, one Earth reality. And so the idea of being a creator of reality is like, no, I can't change things on the level of like what you can do in a lucid dream. And so that's where that resides. And then over here on the individual, this is where things get very interesting, because the individual is not just physical based interactivity, it is also metaphysical. Because once we get more into the individual, it becomes frequency and perception based is what I wanted to say. becomes perception based. And with that introduction of an individual or subjective perspectives, the expansion of reality becomes exponential, because at the perception level, the subjective, the signature, fingerprint, individuality, all of those things that kind of make a human spirit, individuality, uniqueness, originality, all of that beautiful stuff. It creates basically the this is where things get like blown up and complex, but it creates multiple earth realities when it's individual subjective based, because it becomes perception, not merely physical. And with perception, what is the term? Perception. Perception creates reality. What's reality? I can't remember the quote right now, but perception creates reality. It's I can't remember the term. Anyways, but that is the kind of the seed of this that creates literally every human being then has their own earth reality in perception. And based off of what their perspective is, they are going to perceive a different reality of earth that is theirs to perceive, and only theirs to perceive. And this is usually mixed in with the collective global level experience. But when you really get down into it, there is the introduction of perception-based interactivity, operation literally gives you the creative ability to create your own reality, because you get in touch with the creativity that breeds perception and the ability to guide, manipulate, control, master how you want to look at yourself, how you want to look at reality. And this to me is it opens up a lot of possibilities, and finds that line of where is that line between reality and make-believe. Because on this level of perception, when I look out at Earth, I'm seeing my eyes on the beach, on the street, on whatever it is I'm looking at. You could be looking at it and seeing a completely different version. I don't know. We all agree that we somewhat see the sky as blue, but if you say, the sky is purple or green or whatever, we could argue in the collective like agreement of like, but 7 million people say that it's this, so obviously the majority, I have the majority, so obviously I'm right. But on the individual, closer to the uh, limitless, infinite possibilities, quantum, everyone has their own subjective perception on truth, on their own truth. And this is where things get interesting, because this is where the muscle of being the creator of reality, and you can take this at whatever scales you want and test it, because there are somewhat limits to this, because like I said, it's not like a lucid dream where I can just fly in this physical reality yet, maybe, and fly. Physics, whatever we want to say, are the rules, the laws of this collective experience. But on the artistry, or the craft, the mastery of creating your reality instead of being a victim to reality, it introduces a lot of tools and potentials and imagination to change things, to change the relationship with reality, to change the meanings of things. And with that is the ability to flip polarities, is the ability to empower what was disempowered, to liberate what was once in bondage, healing, freedom, and to level up your energy, your emotion, your energy in motion to higher performance motion, to better energy, to purer energy, which in my language is your passion, the ability to feel the cleanest fuel to live your life in your reality, or to build a better reality, like what we're doing at the Conscious Leadership Network. And so I will leave you at that and invite you to the Conscious Leadership Network to help us to join our revolution to build a better reality, and to start or join one of our amazing movements. We got my Universal Imagination Alliance, we got Multidimensional Medicine, or start your own. And you can find the link in the Conscious Leadership Network Facebook page, or go to, I think we have an invite below, to see what it's all about. And I will see you next Wednesday at noon PST, hopefully with no tech issues this time. And see you later, guys.